welcome. I'm Gary Collins.
And I'm Sarah Purcell, and it's Friday.
Oh, is it ever Friday? And one reason we know it's Friday is because Kitty's not here. She's in Atlanta, Georgia, with good reason. She's at the Kitchen and Bath Show. Oh. And this is Julia next to me over here.
Yes.
You've just had your house redone?
Well, we moved in a little over a year ago.
Yeah. Did everything go according to plan?
Well, no, the contractor went bankrupt a week after we moved in, so we had to do some finishing work on it.
Don't tell me the kitchen.
Well, some with the kitchen.
Holy smokes, are we in luck? Because Kitty's down there. We're going to find out what's cooking at the Atlanta Kitchen and Bath Show.
We had a sick BB on this contract.
Yeah, get BB Buster after you. Okay. Hi, Kitty. How are you?
Good morning. I'm just great. And I'm in the kitchen of the future with the state-of-the-art cabinetries and appliances like this KitchenAid gas top burner. What's great about it is it comes apart real easily for cleaning, and it's got great big wide letters, so it's easy to see. Come back later. I'm going to show you all around the kitchen.
Ooh, great, Kitty.
Right.
I love that. Usually to get that kind of high-tech surface on a stovetop, it needs to be electric. It's nice to see one that's gas.
Oh, I'm after them big letters.
Big letters.
That's for me. Also coming up in today's show, from our home to yours, we're going to celebrate Monday's Oscars with an award-winning supper.
And do you turn right to the comics to read Kathy like I do? Well, the woman who created Kathy is here today.
You'll also meet a supermom with 300, that's right, 300 beautiful babies.
And are they beautiful? And teach the kids math with flapping birds and finger puppets. Now there's an idea you can count on.
Or you can catch cooties.
Today at home. You are insufferable.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Well, of course, it's almost time for this year's Academy Awards, so I suppose we ought to put everybody in the right kind of mood. Huh? Is everybody going to watch the show, by the way, on Monday night? Everybody watch the Oscars? Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot that goes into that, and then there should be a lot going into it at your house because it's quite a special night.
A lot of people like to have parties that night, Oscar parties.
All right, well, to set the stage, what we thought we might do is to begin, we need a little...
music?
We need a little...
lights?
And, of course, we need a carpet.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, look,
wait.
Oh, my carpet got crazy.
We got to start all over
No, we
again.
don't. Come on, we'll start down here.
Okay, wait a minute.
See, you're right. She is right. I am insufferable. Come on. Oh. Where's Regis? Where's Regis? Where's Mary Hart? Where's John Tesh? Where's Army Archer?
This way. We know how to make an entrance, don't we?
All right, now, the whole purpose of this great kind of fun idea was to point out that the best supper should be yours and could be yours on Oscar night if you use perhaps the Bel Air Book of Southern California Food and Entertaining. We'd like you to welcome the executive chef of the Hotel Bel Air in Los Angeles, once again, George Mahaffey. Hi, George.
How are you doing, sir? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
So this is a buffet to have for Oscar parties, right?
That's correct. This is a very representative menu from very popular items on the menus at the Hotel Bel Air, and I chose these because they're also quite simple to prepare, and much of it can be done in advance, and it makes an elegant table for your home party.
So you do have an Oscar menu, in other words?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
We do a tremendous amount of business at the hotel on the week of the Oscars, and this weekend it's getting to be very exciting. A lot a people, come
just
stay at the
rent a
hotel
room and have dinner and watch the show?
Exactly.
Oh,
Room
They'll have a
what
room.
a great idea.
What a concept. I like that.
That's your idea of camping out, right?
Don't you know? Absolutely. Tell me about the buffet here. What is on our menu?
Well, the supporting stars in this menu are the Caesar salad. The Caesar is one of the most popular items at the Hotel Bel Air, and it's quite simple to make. So we have a nice setup there. Also, for dessert, we have a toasted almond pound cake with rum raisin ice cream and caramel sauce, garnished with some fresh berries. Yeah, we set it up like an ice cream sandwich. It's just a little twist, but it's very simple.
Okay, and your sustenance, so to speak,
Well, I guess the real star of the cast is my tortilla soup. And this is, once again, a classic recipe from the Hotel Bel Air. And it's a very interesting concept, just the idea of tortilla soup. People start wondering, oh, boy, that sounds great. And so what I'd like to do is demonstrate how to make that and just how simple it really is.
Let's walk over here to our
smell it.
preset
Oh, just standing
ingredients.
from here. It's really beautiful. Shall we talk about the ingredients now that you need?
Well, let's do that. First of all, as we look at the ingredients in the recipe, it calls for some fried tortilla chips. And what we do at the restaurant is we take fresh corn tortillas and we cut them up and we deep fry them ahead of time. You can do this a day or even 2 days ahead of time if you like, and keep them in an airtight container.
All right, so we have tortilla chips, we have olive oil.
We have half a cup of olive oil, a tablespoon and a half of ground cumin. We have a tablespoon of Hungarian paprika, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of coriander, bay leaf, fresh chopped garlic, about 2 cups of fresh chopped white onions, a little bit of salt for the seasoning, fresh cilantro, 3 tablespoons. It's got a marvelous bouquet.
Oh, I love
And
cilantro.
6 tablespoons of chicken stock, 4 cups of chopped fresh tomatoes. There's about a half a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast, which is cooked off ahead of time. And the chicken breast, the avocado, which is 1 avocado peeled, cored, and diced, and the mixture of grated fresh cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese.
Okay.
These last 3 items are for the finished garnish of the soup. They don't actually go into the
Where do we
cooking.
start, George?
Well, the first thing we want to do is add the olive oil.
By the way, for those of you who maybe didn't get it all written down, it's going to be in newsletter number 220, so keep that in mind.
The tortilla chips are added to the olive oil
Okay.
along with the spices. So we just want to,
Do you need all that?
all of that.
All of that?
This yields enough for 6 portions.
Oh, okay.
And also what you're going to find is you'll want to make probably twice as much because you're going to really love it. So you can keep it. All of this can go in, and what we want to do is simply saute it quickly. I've already preheated this Dutch oven.
Start out with a preheated one?
Yes, exactly. So you get a little bit of color on the vegetables and onions, and the spices cook in there very nicely. After about 5 minutes, you can add your chicken stock. Oops, try not to be a mess like me.
That's all right.
And the tomatoes. This is very easy. Okay, what we want to do is add all of the seasoning, but only about 2/3 of the cilantro. And the reason for that is because it's like perfume, and at the very finished point of the process of making the soup, we'll add the remainder.
Right,
And it just
otherwise you cook the aroma
gives a
out, don't
very
you?
nice fresh flavor to it.
Okay, that's it.
This
You cook
is
for how long?
This is it. You take a break for about an hour. I recommend a glass of wine while you're breaking, and let that cook.
Okay, and then the chicken, the avocado, and the cheese is just kind of tossed in at the end.
This is for the actual finish garnish of the soup.
Okay.
And what you
Well,
want
we
to
have
do...
Show us how that's done.
Well, let's do that. We have 2 nice bowls right here.
Can this soup be made ahead? Maybe even...
This soup can
Oh,
be
imagine
made
it'd be
several
great if
days
you
in
did it,
advance and
yeah.
kept refrigerated. That's
Yeah.
one of the beautiful things about this whole menu is most every step can be done in advance and kept refrigerated, so you don't have to drive yourself
Let's
crazy at
try
the
it.
last minute.
I want to try some.
I have some finished soup right here,
Okay.
and we'll ladle that into the bowls. After this cooks, of course, you're going to want to
That's not a very
puree
big
it
ladle.
to finish it, and that's exactly what we've done. Oops.
The recipe got stuck to the... Just what happens to me at home, too.
We don't
Well,
go
now,
by
have you
recipes
has
at
everything
home too
become
much.
liquefied in that soup?
Well,
I guess
no,
it
it cooks
has.
down after an hour, and then, Gary, we use the blender and puree it in batches
Oh,
and then
is that what
strain
you
it.
do? Okay.
So it becomes a very light broth
Oh.
with all of the wonderful flavors
I mean, I
infused.
think I'd like it crunchy.
Yeah, a little like gazpacho,
Yeah.
like warm gazpacho.
Okay, so you do that, and then you just do this kind of garnish
And then the
thing.
finished garnish, basically, a little bit of avocado in each portion, some chicken.
Well, there's no mystery to this, obviously.
No,
Yeah.
it's very simple, and this is what makes it a very good idea for a buffet. A little bit of the cheese. And what I have here is some
There you go.
Wait a minute,
more
wait a minute.
tortilla
You got to put the
chips.
tortilla things
well,
in
That's
there.
what makes it
Excuse
tortilla
Well,
soup.
excuse me, what, you can't have tortilla soup without tortillas.
And there
You're
you go.
right. You're
You're
right.
all set.
When you're right, you're right.
When I'm
Gary.
right, I'm right. Okay, here we go. George,
right.
to your health, sir.
Thank
you very much. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, that's great.
That is great.
It really is.
So spicy, yeah.
Feel it going all the way down.
It's no more
Okay.
difficult than making tometo soup. It's just different
All right, George
ingredients.
Mahaffey, thank you for
Thank you very
gracing our
much.
kitchen
It's my
once
pleasure.
again. Coming
Great
up next,
idea.
the woman behind the comic strip, Kathy.
New American cuisine from Le Menu. I love it. Le white meat, le muffin, le glazes, the spice, le style, le smile, le salsa with rice, le tangy, le trendy, le let me suggest. New American cuisine, Le Menu, the best. The great combinations, the grilled with le care, the new way of eating with savoir-faire. Le turkey, le sirloin, woo, I'm impressed. New American cuisine, Le Menu, the best. Woo, woo.
Hi, I'm Tim Devlin, and that's me in the DD7 commercial. We've sold 20 million tubes in 30 countries, so yes, it really does work. Remember that red sock that turns your laundry pink? This is our washing machine. We've got the dye, the ink, and the iodine, and here's the pink laundry. A little DD7, and mix into the laundry. Is it going? It's going. It's gone. And look, no more pink. We'll send you one tube for $14.95, or you can save $10. We'll send you 2 tubes for $19.95. And remember, if DD7 isn't the best stain remover you've ever used, we'll refund your money. Sounds fair to me. Have your credit card ready. Here's how to order.
For rush delivery, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-654-2900 or send $14.95 for 1 tube or $19.95 for 2 tubes plus $4.95 shipping to DD7 P.O. Box 1321, Department 243, Fenton, Missouri.
Legend says dangling your feet in the lake at Dunlow keeps you feeling fresh and clean the rest of your days. There's a bit of this in every bar of Irish Spring. Ah, the last and fresh scent of Irish Spring. The Irish never quit.
For 3 days only, every gallon of paint and every roll of wallpaper is on sale at Sears. Save 10 to 33% on every gallon of paint and 33% on every wallpaper pattern in stock. But hurry, sale ends Saturday at Sears.
I'll bet you're all fans of the comic strip, Kathy, because I'm one. So let me read you one, okay? We've got it right here. It says, 4 pounds? I lost 4 pounds. Electra, I lost 4 pounds. Oh, I'm so happy. Life is wonderful. You're wonderful. What a beautiful puppy. I love my beautiful puppy. Let's find you a toy. Let's fix you a snack. Life is grand. I lost 4 pounds. Attention, dogs of the world. To improve your quality of life, put your nose on the dial of the scale and shove to the right 1 inch. Does that say it all, huh? And let's meet the woman who created everybody's best friend, Kathy Geisweit. Welcome to the show. How is it that you just managed to speak to women so well?
Well, I tell you, I do a lot of dieting strips because this is not a big stretch for me. I used to be 50 pounds overweight, and
You're
you know,
kidding.
and it's what we wrestle with. You know, it does not matter how enthusiastic you are about going and conquering the world. If you're too fat to get into your Dress for Success outfit, you know, you're stuck in the closet. So Kathy right now actually is doing a promotion for Weight Watchers around the theme of empowerment. And it's kind of a great match. First of all, because Weight Watchers is willing to have a sense of humor about their dieting, which is great. And second, because their emphasis is on empowerment, which is so much Kathy's philosophy, you know, that if a woman learns, if she can, like, gain strength from little moments, you know, if you can get through a phone call with your mother without shrieking at her, this, you know, this is a triumph to feel good about that can lead you to other triumphs in your life.
What are some of the themes of this comic strip?
Oh, I write about food, love, mother, and career, what I call the 4 basic guilt groups. Pretty much you know, it all revolves around those.
And also, you've published your 15th anniversary. Kathy is 15 years old. She still hasn't conquered the weight problem, though, has she?
No,
Have any of us ever conquered the weight problem?
Well, that's the thing. You know, when I did it, I lost 2 pounds, gained back 5, lost 5, gained 7.
It's those same pounds, aren't they? They just keep visiting back and forth.
Back and forth, back and forth. I did a strip once where Kathy says, you know, is talking about it, the pounds as holiday company, you know, that you can't get them to leave.
So, how has she changed over the 15
Well, you know,
years?
I found really, when I put together this collection, I found that in looking back, the definition of success for women really has changed. When I started in 1976, I sort of thought I'd be a success as a woman if I got married and had children. And by the 80s, I thought I'd be a success if I was the president of a $2 billion corporation, had adorable bilingual children, and was having regular loving chats with Mom about our sex lives. And, you know, now we're in the 90s, and I think we've all kind of mellowed down. And like many women, I pretty much feel I'm a success as a woman if I can get through the afternoon without eating a pie.
So it's this empowerment issue, though, that's really important to you.
Well, exactly. It's a lot of Kathy's philosophy. I think that for all the time she fails, she really is a very optimistic character. And my theme in this strip certainly is learning, you know, if she can get, we all wrestle with the same things. You know, I wake up, give myself the big speech that I'm going to be totally in charge of my life, and then, you know, I call in sick because I can't get my hair to start. You know, or I'll go to the grocery store and buy $200 of fresh fruit and vegetables and stop for a Big Mac and fries on the way home. Or I'll, you know, end a day in my... I'll come home from a day in my brilliant career and stand in the kitchen squirting Ready Whip topping directly into my mouth. These are the failures. But
they're human, though, aren't they?
Exactly, but you see that in the course of every day, there really are little triumphs. You know, if you can... The woman who faces a desk mounted with pieces of paper and is able to reach through the mess and, you know, find the scrap of paper that actually applies to the project. This is, you know, this is a triumph. Or if I can be in a room with a man that I'm attracted to and not take on the personality of a comatose Smurf, you know, this is a moment of triumph. And those moments, this is, you know, what Kathy does and what Weight Watchers is doing, where you use those moments to give yourself strength to triumph in other areas.
Well, we have an easel and a wonderful big piece of paper with nothing on it. Is there anything that is coming to mind from your creativity this morning?
Well, I'm going to show you Kathy's. Of course, right now it's the kind of funny time of year because we are long enough past Valentine's Day so that the chocolate calories have firmly settled in. And yet we're right on the brink. It's a little bit too soon to worry about bathing suit season, and yet we know that that's lurking.
Maybe yes, so, maybe no, Kathy. I know that those days are coming up soon, and boy, are they painful.
Well, they're painful. I did a strip once where the lady says, this is the latest thing. It's the two-piece suit that you attach together. She said you attach the two together and the fat can boink out the middle. You snap the top to the bottom and the fat can roll over the whole waistband, or you unsnap one side and the fat can boink out the waistband, roll over the top, and boink out the leg hole. 3 totally different looks for $65.95. And Kathy,
totally different looks.
And Kathy in the last frame is lying in bed saying, "Hello, Mother, wake me up when it's winter." So this is Kathy. Of course, see, the thing is, we all, you know, it's that feeling of taking all the confidence you've built through the rest of the year, and women are very confident. We have great self-respect at this point, but you take all those good, positive feelings, and you go in under the glaring fluorescent tube of the department store dressing room and try to smash all that self-confidence into 2 inches of spandex, and it does not work.
How much spandex is there in the world?
Exactly, and you know, I'm smaller now, and this is even more aggravating, because I would think, if I can't wear a bathing suit, who can? Well, my theory is nobody can, because it's all tourniquets on marshmallows. You know, I'm smaller now, but it's just a smaller tourniquet on a smaller marshmallow. Bathing suits were designed for plastic mannequins.
Absolutely.
Not for the human form.
I absolutely agree with you. Thank you so much, Kathy, for being with us, and congratulations, too. I think that's a wonderful association. Next, surefire ways to whiten your teeth after your fat boinks out the top of the bathing suit.
Ernie, don't take the game.
It's my categories, and I'm going home.
Don't let him go. Give in on neatness. All right, we accept neatness.
Neatness as a disease?
Yes.
Categories. A letter comes up on the dice, and there's all these categories. And you think of a word for each that starts with that letter. But your answer can't be like anyone else's.
Beginning with R, farm animals.
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros. Sure.
Categories from Milton Bradley. It's better to have your own.
It's almost 4.
We'll make it.
At Glidden, we know how hard it can be to find time to paint.
We promise.
That's why Spread Satin is formulated to cover the first time, so you can finish in less time. Glidden, a better way to paint.
For cleaning, shining, and disinfecting, nothing outperforms us in the bathroom. Dow Bathroom Cleaner, starring Scrubbing Bubbles. We work hard, so you don't have to.
Announcing the Sears Portrait Studio half-price sale.
It's upside down.
Rainier can sit Sears and get this new lower price packet. Regularly $24.95, now only $12.45 at Sears.
My lord, the killer was eating cookies.
Quite right.
But my client doesn't eat cookies. She eats Fig Newtons.
Case dismissed.
A cookie is just a cookie, but Newtons are fruit and cake.
Free the Fig Newtons! Free the Fig Newtons!
Your Majesty, what should we tell them?
Tell them these new Newtons are free, fat-free.
Introducing fat-free Fig Newtons.
Let them eat fat-free fruit and cake.
On Loving.
Hey, blushing bride. You are marrying Dinah Lee Mayberry simply to fulfill her little sister's fantasy life? You have an amazing life here.
I became the Prince Charming. Will this charade turn into something more?
Look at her.
Loving.
Revenge, betrayal, greed, blackmail, love, anger, self-defense, contempt, bad blood, jealousy, insanity, hatred, rivalry, fear, vendetta. 15 motives for murder. All My Children.
Who doesn't want whiter teeth? But you know, with so many teeth whiteners out there on the market, how do you know what works and what's safe? Well, let's find out from cosmetic dentistry specialist Dr. Bill Dorfman and Dr. Coulter Crowley. Good morning. When did all of this teeth whitening start? I remember working with someone years ago, and they painted their teeth white with some kind of an enamel cover when she was doing a picture, but I'd never heard of bleaching until just recently. When did this start?
Actually, tooth bleaching has been around for about 100 years now. The first systems that were used a very strong hydrogen peroxide with a heat lamp to activate it. And it wasn't really that good. I mean, it got the teeth white, but it really hurt afterwards. And it was very, very expensive. About 4 years ago, we started using a system called passive or home bleaching, which your dentist can supervise and you can do at home. It's very effective and very safe.
Now, is it important to remove stains? I mean, is there a health reason, Dr. Crowley?
No, people who use the bleaching use it for to lighten their smile, just for cosmetic reasons.
All right, now I want you to take a look at a before and after, and this, I believe, is a dental supervised program here. All right, this is the before top, and I'm not sure what causes the staining there.
Yeah, this is actually a yellowing effect. That might be caused by smoking or coffee or tea or Coke. These things can affect the teeth and yellow them. The next set of pictures we have also show, this is more of a tetracycline staining that a lot of kids have.
And you can actually bleach that stain?
Well, you saw the before and after.
That's wonderful, because all I'd heard was bonding was the answer.
No,
for
it
that.
actually works.
Okay. Now, can I get those results at home with some of this over-the-counter stuff?
Well, we have some products here to show you. You might see some of these in the supermarket. These products claim to whiten your teeth. They're really not that effective. Some of these products you can send away, you can buy on infomercials on TV, or you can even buy at a pharmacy over the counter. These products we don't recommend for two reasons. First of all, many times they contain ingredients that can be hazardous to your teeth or your health. And secondly, not everybody's a good candidate for bleaching.
All right, who wouldn't be?
Well, for instance, say you have caps on your front teeth, or say you have a cap on one front tooth. If you do bleach your teeth and all your other teeth get white, and the cap doesn't, then it's going to cost you several $100s to have the cap replaced.
All right, but I don't want to put you on the spot, Dr. Dorfman. Well, let's say I went out and I bought one of these over-the-counter things, and I came to you and I said, I want you to supervise this. Could I get my teeth whitened with these things?
You know what? We prefer to use the products that are made for dentists to distribute because we know what's in them. They've been tested, they're safe, and yeah, they will get your teeth white.
All right, aside from maybe getting a discoloration or a mismatch, Dr. Crowley, could I get hurt with this over-the-counter stuff?
Not this one. This whitens your teeth as far as just getting the dirt off your teeth.
Okay. Oh, this is the abrasive idea.
Right.
What about some of the bleaches?
And these products most of them have a high pH in them, which is very acidic, and it can harm your teeth, harm the enamel on your tooth.
Okay. Now, at the end there, is that one of the kits that you recommend?
Yes. This is the kit that your dentist will give you, and the reason this works is because the dentist takes an impression of your teeth, makes a model, and makes a custom-fit tray to fit on your teeth to hold the gel in close contact to the tooth for a prolonged period of time.
Okay, and you can actually do this at home?
Yes.
Okay, now, how often would I have to do this?
Usually 7 days to 10 days.
No, what I meant was, how long am I going to have the effect before I have to redo the process?
Well, it can last many, many years, or it can last just 6 months to 2 years, and you have to sometimes reapply the gel for a couple of nights to keep the effect and keep the light teeth.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. This is very, very interesting. The only alternative, I suppose, would be some type of bonding, wouldn't it?
Well, in cases where you have severe tetracycline stains, what we like to do is try the bleaching first. And if we don't get the result we want, then we'll go ahead and do veneers or bonding.
Okay. And we're not going to get into price because price actually varies so much across the country, depending if you're in higher-end or lower-end districts. Okay. Thanks, doctors, very, very much.
Thank you.
For more information on teeth bleaching, call the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. Here's the number, 1-800-543-9220. Next week, oh boy, the bandage comes off. We're going to see Joe Jean Meek's new face.
What does this woman know about dieting that maybe you don't? That you don't have to drink your breakfast, because a serving of Kellogg's Special K actually has fewer calories than a glass of the leading diet shake. In fact, the entire Special K breakfast, including fruit, skim milk, and coffee, has fewer calories than the diet shake. So, if you're going to have something special when you're trying to lose weight, shouldn't it be something special with fewer calories? Kellogg's Special K. Lose the fat.
Tide has changed. Today's Tide is Ultra Tide.
If you have a baby, you gotta try it.
Instead of a cup, one little scoop.
I saw this tiny little scoop, and I thought, unbelievable. What can you expect with carrots planted this deep?
Today's Tide is ultra powerful, cleaning deep down inside. One little scoop cleans down to the fiber itself.
Perfect. It's out of sight.
Today's Tide is Ultra Tide.
You gotta try it.
Introducing Rice-A-Roni in the resealable canister. Make as little or as much as you want and get that same great taste. So you can serve the whole gang or just part of it.
The San Francisco tree.
Since 1980, over 500,000 Americans who make clothing and home fashions have lost their jobs. So if you think looking for the Made in the USA label doesn't matter,
Next.
it matters.
If you have a toothache and take aspirin or Tylenol, it has to go through all this to get rid of the pain, and that could take up to 30 minutes. Or use maximum strength Oragel and start relieving the pain immediately.
Oragel, available in maximum strength gel and liquid. For 3 days only, every gallon of paint and every roll of wallpaper is on sale at Sears. Save 10 to 33% on every gallon of paint. And 33% on every wallpaper pattern in stock. But hurry, sale ends Saturday at Sears.
If you'd like to be a part of our studio audience, come and be with these people, just write to us or call the number on your screen and make sure you tell us what day you'd like to come. Great bunch. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, come on down and become part of the bunch. Coming up, Kitchen of the Future, so stay with us.
Saturday.
Major sicko. Good artist.
Death threats push the commish to his limit.
You want me? Here I am.
I'm worried.
For God's sake, step on it!
Saturday.
What state has the circus capital of the world, the largest children's museum in the world, and a place they call America's most beautiful river town? The same state with all the caves. You could use a little Indiana. Call 1-800-274-6646 for travel discounts. That's 1-800-274-6646.
I never again want to see my wife with that look on her face. Or the kids. When your home is burglarized, the worst thing the crooks take is your family's peace of mind. The worst thing. I was so naive. I thought the neighborhood was safe. I was so naive. I could have done something to help prevent it. I could have done something. I could have. Don't do it to your family. Do something now.
Call 800-2-BRINKS now and save $50 on Brinks Home Security. Call now, before it's too late.
Take any of these steaming, sizzling, melting, hot off the grill super melt sandwiches at Friendly's. And we've got a treat for you that's free. A special ice cream sundae with a brand new flavor. Chocolate chip cookie dough. It's an offer that'll leave you hot and cold at Friendly's.
The Super Cities Walk for MS.
Call 461-5232. Good morning and welcome back home.
Coming up in this half hour, we are going to meet a super mom with 300 loving kids. Not all her own, as a matter
And
of fact.
are your kids, so speaking of these 300 wonderful kids, but are your kids maybe a little spoiled? Well, if they are, we have some help from a dad of 2 who decided that's it. Our kids are getting spoiled. We got to do something about it. So we're going to talk about that.
Can we talk about you?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
Colin.
spoiled.
No, Colin, who's 3.
Yeah, my mother told me the other day,
It is hard
he's
not to
getting
do.
spoiled,
It's
Dad.
hard not to do, I'm telling you,
sure is.
especially when you got one little one.
Yeah.
But first, what would you want if you had your druthers in your dream kitchen? Well, let's go down to Kitty. How about you?
Yes, just a little room so you didn't bump you-know-what in the kitchen when somebody else comes in.
I thought that was Colin Knox. Here's Kitty. She's down in Atlanta.
Hi,
Georgia,
Kitty.
she's showing us
Hi,
the
guys.
kitchen of the future, created by the Decorating and Remodeling
kitchen
magazine.
that's been put together by Decorating and Remodeling magazine, and it's really, really special. Unlike a lot of kitchens that you see in the 80s, which has a very large room and a big island, this has a big island, but it's really strictly for cooking. It's got a lot of other small little rooms that are defined architecturally through the use of columns and arches, and even a little bit different floor. The flooring material is all by Armstrong, the same colors, but it's all a little bit different. Now please join me at the sink here. This is the focal point of this part of the room. And what's great about this area, I think, is it has this plate rack, which is painted red. It's really interesting looking, and the plates just really drip right down and dry right here, which is kind of fun. Notice the countertop material is by Wilson Art, and it's a granite look. It's 3 different colors and a really nice routed bull nose. Right next to the sink, everybody needs to have in the 90s a recycling center. So here it is. Great place to recycle your materials right near the sink. Now I'm going to take you into the first of a couple little rooms that I'm going to show you. This one is sort of like a back door, an informal area, which is perfect to walk in and hang up your coats. There's hooks here. There's an area to stick your hats. And what I love is this kind of this informal seating here. There are 2 very deep drawers on either side for storage, but look at this. This is great for Fido. They even have a little milk bone cut out here, and you can feed your dog right underneath there. It's not smelly, and it can fit right underneath. So I think this is a super idea. Oh, little room. Now, right next door is where the eating area is. Come join me over here. This works so well, I think, because there aren't any chairs. You can accommodate a lot of people. Right in front of the window, we have a window seat. You can probably get 3 people there. There's a great trestle table. And on either side, there are 2 wonderful little kind of comfortable benches that can accommodate a lot of people. This is the only little room which has a chandelier, and I think this is a great idea because it further intimatizes this little space, which is so intimate and yet close to the main area. Now, on the other side of this window, which is interesting that you'd have a window inside the kitchen, is the study. Now, the study is a special little private place, which is ideal to make phone calls, to read recipes, pay bills, even study, I think. Now, notice that the cabinetry is maple, and these bookshelves are put at an angle, so you can get a lot of books in there. It really, really works well. It's right close to the kitchen. You're close. Your child can be doing their homework, as I said, and yet not far from Mom. Now notice the baking area here. Here we have an oven. It's a KitchenAid white oven, which has really got everybody excited. And you used to see them stacked, one on top of the other. Well, I like the fact they're not doing that because this is valuable storage area above the oven. And what I like about this is the storage goes all the way to the ceiling. Great moldings here. I also love the relief that we have in the middle of not having a cabinet. It's kind of a nice break. Makes the room feel bigger to have this area to hold plates or pictures or whatever. Great place, more counter space here. The microwave right over here on the left is at eye level, which is easy for anybody to reach. Then down here we have another sink. This is great, I think, because it's very deep. It's a perfect, ideal place to watch vegetables. Now, this is a wonderful area to notice the cabinetry. There's quite a variation here. Here we have glass, wonderful big knobs that are easy to grasp on. And up high we have hard to get to storage, but nevertheless, it's a good place to store things that you don't use a lot, and there are curtains inside there, which kind of give it an interesting detail. Now come on in here. Way before grandmother's time, even before refrigerators, they used to have these larder rooms. Now what this is, it's a room that's maintained at all times at 52 degrees. So it's an ideal place to store vegetables, fruits, cheeses, these kind of fresh things that people are eating more of that really don't have to be chilled in a cold refrigerator. Isn't this great? Look at cheese. Lots of storage space in here. I love this room. Now come on out to the island, and I want you to meet Catherine George, who is the editor of Decorating and Remodeling magazine, and this is really her baby. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you,
Well
Kitty.
done.
It was a real pleasure to work on the kitchen of the future, and your viewers can read a lot more about the kitchen in the April issue of Decorating and Remodeling.
Don't miss it. Isn't this fun?
It is, Kitty.
I love this kitchen.
Kitty, if there was one thing out of that kitchen of the future, our dream kitchen, what would you suggest to our viewers? I mean, something that they might be able to accomplish fairly soon and fairly inexpensively.
Well, you know, the thing that I like is it doesn't look like it was stamped out of a factory. Everything doesn't match. In other words, you could find a dresser, maybe a plate rack, some interesting antique that you can hang in your kitchen to update it. You know, just an antique, so it doesn't look as though it was everything's so matchy-matchy. I love the fact that some of the doors have glass, some of the drawers are solid, some of them have curtains. It really feels like a lot of different rooms.
Kitty, what are you going to store, though, in that cupboard that's way, way up above the oven?
Probably some very large item that you'd only use for a picnic on the 4th of July, a big tray or something.
Okay. All right. Get that rolling ladder.
Wonderful show.
Yes, it is.
Next is Supermom with 300 happy youngsters.
What can the Ocean Spray Cranberry do that no other taste can do? Hit it, boys.
Bow, bow, bow.
Sweet tart.
Sweet tart. Ocean Spray Cran drinks. It's amazing what a little cran can do.
And now, there's a little cran for people on the go. Ocean Spray Singles.
Bow, bow, bow. Tide has changed. Today's Tide is Ultra Tide.
I know it sounds too good to be true, but it really works.
Instead of a cup, one little scoop.
Yeah, I can't believe one little scoop of Tide can get this out. The sauce has gone into the braid.
Today's Tide is ultra powerful, cleaning deep down inside. One little scoop cleans down to the fiber itself.
Even the braid's clean. Remarkable.
Today's Tide is Ultra Tide.
You thinking you have laundry that's tougher? Try it.
Carol, you bake this cheesecake? I want the recipe.
Not me. I'll wait till they come up with a nice, easy mix.
Oh, right. A mix with real cherries? Come on.
Jell-O cheesecake, now with real fruit topping.
You know, I hear Jell-O makes a good cheesecake.
You and your friends love music. Your kids will, too, with the Disney Easy Touch Tape Player. You set and lock the controls, and kids have the fun. The Disney Easy Touch Tape Player, designed by Mattel, making friends you can believe in.
Your kids love the pizza party, but your stomach doesn't love the pizza. When what you eat and drink gives you a surprise, you want a medicine that works on your stomach itself. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, Pepto delivers powerful medicine directly to your stomach, right where you hurt. The real medicine for your stomach. Pepto-Bismol's the only one you need.
A caring family can help us get through just about anything. But what happens when expectant moms don't really have a family? Well, let's all watch as one woman turns her entire community into a labor of love. And that's why Catherine Hall is this week's Woman of Distinction.
Tiger. Having children is really not a little isolated individual event. Having children has always been a community event.
When you talk with Catherine Hall, the words community and family are always part of any conversation.
A child is not just born into a family. A child is born into a community. Good morning, Breaking Project. Can I help you?
As founder and director of Sacramento's Birthing Project, Catherine has hit upon a unique approach to bringing the two groups closer together. Her rallying point, babies.
What do you think you do? Oh.
Keisha, he's beautiful. Okay, yeah.
Oh, look at this.
No, they're here.
Girlfriend, you're not supposed to be crying. You are pretty.
A former health administrator, Catherine was alarmed by the infant mortality rate in the black community, twice that of white babies. She saw their most precious resource, their very future, wasting away. In 1988, she decided to do something about it.
I had an idea that we would take 10 women through their pregnancies and stay with them for a year after they were born to kind of demonstrate that if you provided support to women, our babies would be healthier. And so I asked around for the 10 toughest, smartest women in Sacramento, and I invited those women over to my house and explained what it was we wanted to do. We had 10 babies who were all due in July, and we envisioned taking their moms through their pregnancy, getting the babies all born, and taking their moms through that first year, and then having a big birthday party, and that was going to be the end of the birthing project. That was 4 years ago and 300 babies.
Hi, Angela. Hi.
The way it works is a pregnant woman or little sister is paired with a volunteer sister friend. Each sister friend maintains daily contact, helps find anything that's needed, and makes sure doctor's appointments are kept.
So how have you been?
So far, so good. It's a real old concept. In our community, it's a concept of extended family.
Did you go to the doctor? When was your last appointment?
Last Tuesday. The relationship between a sister friend and a sister is that of extended family. It's not a social worker. It's kind of the heartbeat of the birthing project.
No, so do you still want me to be your labor coach with you?
Yes. Yes.
Impingo Griffin Kandwani typifies the kind of commitment a sister friend can make. She once had a homeless woman move into her house for the last few weeks of her pregnancy to ensure a healthy birth.
We see these women at their potential, at their best. Not whatever appearances or circumstances that they may be in right now, but we see them as the really divine, wonderful, whole people that they are. And when you see somebody that way and you treat them that way, they live up to those expectations.
Okay, well, now we just need to give Linda one, I think.
As Catherine goes through her day, she seems more mother than executive. She can relate to her little sisters and their problems very easily. She's been there herself.
I'm no different than the women that I work with. I was a high school dropout. There was a time when I lived in the Oakland bus station for about 10 days with 2 children. I ended up taking advantage of every program that the government had to offer. What do we do with Ava? Okay. I'm a product of all the services, and I'm able to use both the skills I learned when I was living in the bus station in Oakland as well as the skills I learned when I was administrator, so it's kind of all coming together.
These paper balloons represent just how well it's coming together. The birthing project has helped usher in over 300 healthy, full-term babies with an average birth weight of 8 pounds. The infant mortality rate has fallen to 0.
I really believed in my heart that it's something people would want to do, because I don't know too many people that would turn their back on a pregnant woman if they had the opportunity to help in a way that made sense to them.
For Catherine Hall, life at the birthing project can be an emotional roller coaster. This young mother and her daughter showed up dirty and in need of medical attention. Catherine cleaned them up and sent them off to the hospital. Later, she learned the daughter would be removed from the mother's custody.
That's a hurt for me. That's a big owie. I laugh a lot, and I cry a lot. I have experienced extreme joy and pleasure and delight since I've been here. And I've had just terrible, tragic things happen here. And it's my life. I don't know what else I would do or how I'd do it differently. But it's like there's as much opportunity for the wonderful to happen as what's not wonderful.
April the 4th, 40 communities all over the United States are going to be starting projects like this one. And if you'd like more information, write to the Birthing Project, 1825 I Street, Sacramento, California, 95814. And I just want you to know it's a nonprofit organization that's 90% private funding and 10% from the state. Best wishes to her and congratulations. We'll be right back.
Follow some busy women through your favorite store and you'll see them looking for the Visa tag, because clothes made of Visa have high quality with easy care. Look what happens to a solid oil stain on Visa and ordinary fabric in the wash. No contest. And Visa of Fortrell hardly needs ironing. So look for that Visa tag next time you're shopping for fashion, easy care, and quality. Visa, made in the USA by Milliken. For us busy people, it's America's freedom fabric.
And toast with butter, sir. Oh, miss, do you have Philly?
Miss? Miss?
In preparation for landing. I'll take that now, and please fasten your...
It's not just the taste. Philly cream cheese also has ounce for ounce half the calories of butter or margarine. Next time, butter your bread with Philly instead.
Mickey always made new friends, and so can your child. With the Disney Fun Bubbles camera, it has 5 effects and shoots. The Disney Fun Bubbles camera designed by Mattel, making friends you can believe in.
Come on, Betty. Make my meal.
She leaves the peel on and slices them thin. Home-style potatoes, baked in their skin.
Skin-on potatoes in 2 new flavors. The potatoes that make the meal.
Which diaper is more customized for your boy crawler? This diaper that only comes to here? Or this Love's diaper with a waistband 25% higher in front, where boys need it most? Love's Phases, custom-made for leaks.
Love's introduces new waistband designs to complement little boy diapers and little girls. Nothing's cuter on leaks than Love's.
Hollywood's biggest night is television's hottest. First, meet 2 people you'd love to have for dinner and one who'd love to have you.
I wish we could spend more time together, Barbara.
It's a rare treat. Savor the guests on an all-new Barbara Walters special. Then, motion picture's greatest stars come out for Hollywood's hottest countdown.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Billy Crystal hosts the 64th Annual Academy Awards Live. The Barbara Walters special and the Academy Awards starting at 8/7 Central Monday.
Monday, makeup or cover-up? Bibi uncovers the truth. Okay. Fred Gossman, a Midwestern dad, woke up one day and discovered he was mad as heck and he wasn't going to take it anymore. Fred is not an expert in parenting. He's just a parent who decided his kids were getting spoiled and everybody's kids were getting spoiled, and it needed to stop. So he wrote a book, ended up he had to publish it himself, and it became a bestseller. It's called Spoiled Rotten. It'll get your attention. Welcome, Fred Gossman. So, Fred, where are we going wrong as parents, in your eyes?
I think we're trying to make our kids' lives perfect. It's natural to buy our children things, but a child who has everything will appreciate nothing. So we have to find a fine line. No one wants to go back to the time when children were seen and not heard, but sacrifice and hard work are as much a part of life as Nintendo, soccer camp, and party favors.
Yes. Well, now, what are the values that you think that we maybe grew up with that we're not giving to our children?
Unfortunately, discipline has become a dirty word. Everyone remembers the Beach Boys song about the girl who has fun, fun, fun till her daddy took the T-bird away. Well, Mom and Dad don't want to take the T-bird away anymore. They want to be liked by their kid. Effective discipline is as much a part of love as hugs and kisses. So often we excuse misbehavior. Someone's home background can explain misbehavior, but it shouldn't excuse it. In our homes, in our schools, in our courts, we need effective consequences to keep our children on track.
And it's the consequences that are not being handed down right now.
Absolutely. We want to be liked by our children.
Why is that?
Well, that's something new. It's a whole ethic. We don't want our children to be disappointed. The best example is at the family birthday party. Sometimes well-meaning aunts and uncles bring presents not just for the birthday boy, but for the brother and sister of the birthday boy. They mustn't feel left out. Shouldn't they be left out? It's not their birthday. How will our children learn that gratification can be deferred if we never allow them any disappointment?
That is really, really key. Is it guilt? Do we feel guilty because so many of us are working, the mother and the father, or what are we feeling guilty about?
I think that's part of it. But I think in traditional homes, too, you have children running the home. He might select the TV station or the radio station. We have 3-year-old girls who are choosing their own wardrobe. We ask permission to visit Grandma. It's if the telemarketer called and asked to speak to the head of the household. I'm fearful some parents might have to give that phone to that 5-year-old.
Unfortunately, you hear that all too often. I mean, we really do. The kids are running the house. Well, Gary is in the audience right now, and he has, we have some kids from Pacoima Middle School. It just happened today. It was a happy accident. We want to hear a little bit from the kids. Gary?
Right. They range in age from 12 to 15. They're a hardy-looking group. It's a bit chilly outside, so they've got jackets on. How many think they're running the house at home? Huh? Anybody? Who? You. You think so? Stand up. Give me a name.
Hi, my name's Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. What do you do?
Well, I fix everything for my family.
All right, but I mean, you don't run the house by intimidation or run the house by behavior. You mean you just do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have to be asked to do it.
You don't? Why is that?
I don't know.
Were you raised given everything you wanted?
No.
All right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. Lower income, middle income house?
I guess middle.
All right. If you go without, what does that mean to you? Does it mean you really have to work for something when you get it? Are you really glad you have it?
No.
Huh? No, you don't understand what my question was.
No.
If you have to go without something because you can't afford it, when you finally get it, you really appreciate it?
Yeah.
Have you an example of that? That you can give me? Something you really wanted but you couldn't?
Yeah, my CD player. I just got it because we're moving.
Because you're moving. How long did you want it?
For about 2 years.
No kidding. And how come you couldn't get it for 2 years?
Because we couldn't afford it.
Okay, but now you got it. It's precious. All right, thank you very much for that. Anybody want something and get it right away? Who here? Yeah. What's your name?
Kelly.
Okay. Is anything you've ever wanted you didn't get?
Well, in a period of months, I'd get it, but like a few months, like I wanted a pair of rollerblades in like October, and by December I got them.
Okay. What do you do? I mean, do you do mind games with your parents on these things?
Yeah.
Like what? What do you do?
I don't ask my dad. I ask my mom because she wants to be liked by me. She hates fighting with me.
She wants to be the pal?
Yep. She hates fighting with me.
What does that do to you? Moms aren't pals, are they?
No, but they have the money.
But I mean, let's say you really get into a jam, then what happens? What happens to Mom then? Does she change from a pal to a mom?
No, she basically helps me out with my dad because my dad's like really strict. But my mom gets me. Like I asked her for a pair of shoes last night, so we went out and got them.
All right, before we go back to Sarah and our guest, let me just a show of hands. How many would like a mom? How many would like a pal as a parent? How about a mom? How about a pal? Huh? Okay.
Looked
Sarah?
like a little bit, thank you very much. It looked like a little bit more of a pal. What do you think about that, Fred?
Well, you know...
think it's a trap?
Well, you cannot be friends to your child. I mean, you want to have a wonderful relationship. No one wants to be autocratic. But the point is that there should always be a difference. It's never a relationship between true equals. One of the students indicated that they had to wait a while for something. And the kids do need things to look forward to rather than possessions to look back on. And if you've been looking forward to a CD player for 2 years, my God, that sounds so beautiful when you get it. By the way, it is pretty soon tax time. I do have one idea. I'm trying to start a national drive so that the IRS will allow parents of young girls to be able to claim Barbie as an additional dependent on the income tax return. So if we could get behind that, I think that would be marvelous.
Because you got to buy Barbie a car and all the different outfits.
There's so many vehicles. You know, there's a Fun Rider, a Dune Rider, the Western Motorhome, the Eastern Motorhome. I love Barbie, but for God's sake, can't the girl ever walk?
You know, the thing is, too, is I think so many of us parents sometimes forget that parenting isn't always pretty. and that it isn't a democracy at home.
Yeah, homes are not democracies. Parenting is not a popularity contest. What's good for your child is what's good in the long run. Sometimes we allow a child to do something because some other child is being allowed to do it. Well, we might be allowing the very worst parent in the whole school to set the performance standard for everybody. I offer a lot of programs in parenting for PTAs, and very often the key to combating some of the peer pressure the kids have is for parents to communicate. The trouble is every parent feels they're alone, yet the reality is parents don't like 10 and 11-year-old boys and girls having boy-girl parties. It's time to get back together and take control of our homes again.
Thank you. I absolutely agree with you. Although I'm still working on it at my house. It sounds great, but sometimes it's not so easy to implement. But we're going to try. Thank you very much. We're going to be right back.
If potato chips are going to cross your lips, keep them fresh. Make them fine all the time. That's Pringles. Not the Pringles. Not like chips in a bag. They don't stay fresh. It's a brag. Candles bagged with buster pieces. Get your hands full of greases. We've got whole crunchy chips. Clean and crispy to your lips. Pringles. Pop the Pringles. Go for fresh because Pringles got them. Fresh pop right to the bottom. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Ernie, don't take the game.
It's my categories, and I'm going home.
Don't let him go. Get in on neatness. All right, we accept neatness.
Neatness as a disease?
Yes.
Categories. A letter comes up on the dice, and there's all these categories. And you think of a word for each that starts with that letter. But your answer can't be like anyone else's.
Beginning with R, farm animals.
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros. Sure.
Categories from Milton Bradley. It's better to have your own.
Easy Spirit, the #1 walking shoe for women, worn by the world champion race walker and other people. Let the spirits move you.
Over 20% of the population can have trouble eating this, or even this, because we can't easily digest dairy foods. What we can't have, we always want, which is why there's Lactaid. Lactaid comes in milk and in caplets to help us digest any dairy foods, and it's natural. So now there's only one thing left to do.
Try Lactaid and enjoy dairy again.
Having trouble getting all your liquid dishwasher detergent out of the bottle? Relax. Try Cascade Liquid Gel. It comes out of the bottle like it should. First time, every time. And because it's pre-dissolved, it rinses away to leave your dishes sparkling, virtually spotless. Try Cascade Liquid Gel.
That's it for this half hour, an hour indeed. Goodbye to those leaving, more for staying. And just a comment, Nancy Walker will be missed, indeed, our good friend. Oh, and don't forget Dinah Shore's Nabisco Open tomorrow and Sunday right here on ABC.
Bye-bye.
If you or someone you love is sexually active, you can't afford to miss this movie.
Something really terrible happened to me. Something that could happen to any of you.
Yeah, I didn't know you slept with him.
Well, it was just that one time.
Darren died 3 years ago with AIDS.
Molly Ringwald stars in Something to Live For, the Alison Gert story. Sunday.